All right. So we are here. Welcome to the A7 podcast. This is episode, I don't know right now. We'll see. But we have a few episodes. But today we have a very special guest. His name is, introduce yourself, bro.
Medusa son, Pegasus. Medusa son, the rap artist. Pegasus, the fashion designer.
Right on. And how'd you come up with a name like that, bro?
Medusa son, it came from just the whole Greek mythology of the story behind Medusa, how her loved ones, her close family, kind of cursed her based on what her, what her looks and what's the opposite of flaws? I'm trying to get it. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? Took that and just turned it into a curse. Whatever I was good at, they just made it seem like it was so detrimental. So it's just that whole lifestyle behind, Medusa. And, Pegasus, it's the same Medusa son. It's still the same entity as Medusa's son, because Pegasus is Medusa's son. Little do people know. She had 2 kids. Poseidon raped her, and then Perseus came and decapitated her head. She still gave birth, and Pegasus.
She gave birth with a decapitated head?
Yeah, on some mythical shit. So,
well, what's it called? For people who don't know, she had a head full of snakes, no? And if you looked at her, you would turn into stone. If you looked her directly in the eyes.
Bye-bye. For sure.
Yeah. What's it called? Explain to us what you do a little bit, bro.
My first dream, my first love was music, and that wasn't paying. I'm not gonna fake the funk like it is, and fashion came about. Turned my grandmother and my mother's hobby into a career.
Right on. So pretty much you do music and then you do some design stuff as well, right?
Right.
Right on, right on. Tell us a little bit about how you got into design.
Honestly, I was homeless. I used to go in these drop-in centers, get clothes, hand-me-downs or whatever. Sometimes I find some gems. Sometimes it'd be I just got to work with what I got, making some type of fashionable statement, I guess. I just was tired of going through that. I knew how to dress. It's just my pockets wasn't to where they is at now for me to shop comfortably and shop for the stuff that I want to get. So I stopped having that, dang, I got to just settle for this mindset, and was I'm going to just go actually start designing. I came across a designer that does exactly what I do. I was inspired by him. And
who's that?
His name Christian Rashawn.
Mm-hmm.
And he had gave me his first piece that he made. I just went from that and just when I first started making pieces, I used to always put in a caption inspired by, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm a person that pays my dues. You feel me? I pay respect when I do. So, he inspired me, but my grandmother and my mom, they taught me how to sew. So it's I just took that and put 2 and 2 together, and it's all right.
Where are you from?
I'm originally born from Cleveland, Ohio, the east side.
And then where you located at right now? Where you based off?
Los Angeles.
Right on. When did you come to LA?
About 7 years ago. Yeah, about 7 years ago. Going on 7 years.
Nice. And you just woke up one day in Cleveland and were like, I got to hit LA. That's where it's at?
Man, I ain't had no option. It was I always wanted to go somewhere where it's no snow. It don't get cold around this time. Even if staying out here, it does get cold in winter, but it's it beats the snow any day. So it's yeah, let's go to LA.
Nice. How cold does it get out in Cleveland? I didn't even know it snows out there.
It get below 0. I'm pretty sure it got even below that. It's crazy out there. We get snowstorms to where we can't even go to school sometimes because it's too much snow. It's too cold.
How about, does it get really hot out there too?
Oh yeah.
When it gets hot?
The humidity, we got sticky air, so it's the heat is sticking on to us as we moving around. So we get a lot of irritated, gestures because of the heat. You feel me?
Yeah.
But make it work, I guess.
So when you were talking about the gentleman who inspired you, what was his name again?
Christian Rashawn.
What about Christian Rashawn inspired you to start making clothes?
It was just that style. Like I haven't seen nothing like it. You feel me? Like
Can you describe his style?
it was just like some upcycling. Like he was just taking like a whole bunch of denim, different color denim, blue jeans and stuff like that, and just posting it on like a jacket, and then making it look like it looked like it gave me the stack jeans like vibe without stack jeans even being a thing yet. It was just given and like how he wear it. It's like he knew what complimented his physique. You know what I'm saying? Like he knew how to rock it and stuff. And I was like, damn, I wanted to be like that. Like that shit look cool. Like
For people who can't see it, like the style is very almost like kind of like old punk style, which is you get a denim jacket or it could be other material too, right?
yeah,
And you would cut something like a logo or get patches off something else and stitch it onto the jacket and jeans and stuff like that, right?
yeah, just like what I'm saying, just remixing. Like being a renaissance. You feel me? Just like bringing your old worn jacket that you used to. You knew once you wore this, you was like, all right, everybody gonna want to know where I got it, or everybody gonna want to, just talk to me just because of that. Like whatever subconscious thing that you got confidently built in your head, like, and just take that and just make it back your favorite piece again. Because some people don't want to let go of stuff, but people feel subconsciously like, damn, I know they probably seen me in this like 1,000 times, so it's time to go ahead and give it up and get something else. But I'm here to be that person that like, hey, that jacket that you used to love, your lucky, sweaty, good luck jacket, I can still hold on to that. Don't throw that out. You feel me? Like,
Yeah.
let's do something with that.
Did you start designing this clothes before you came out to LA, or did you start doing this out in Cleveland?
I started when I came out to LA.
Nice.
Yeah, I started in LA. Like I didn't start recording until I came out here.
But when you were out in Cleveland, did you want to do that? Did you want to make clothes or make music out here in LA, or did you just come out to LA and then kind of figure all that out on your own?
I definitely wanted to do the music. Fashion didn't come about until I moved out here. Like I said, like I was tired of going through that hand-me-down stage, so finally got it to where it's like, all right, this is what I'm doing with clothes. So.
What's it called? Tell us a little bit about the people you've worked with, because I know that you've done a lot of one pieces. So you hand stitched everything by yourself. Thank you.
For sure.
We're smoking the blood here for the people who can't see us.
No, for sure.
It's a nice fat one. So yeah, everything that you do is hand stitched by hand. You select all the materials. Do people tell you what they want on it, or do you kind of just get inspired and then you start working?
Some people they do, and some people like I give them the opportunity. Like, is there something specific that you want done, or anything that I did in the past on any other projects that I did, like that you want specifically on yours, and then the rest I could just freestyle or whatever. They be like, bro, do what you do, bro. Like your shit is hard. Like just do what you got to do. Like I'm gonna rock that shit. I'm gonna find some shit to rock with that shit just because like everything I see you make, that shit look fire. Like I'm like, damn, I wish that was how my music was. I wish I was getting that feedback from my music. I ain't gonna hold you.
Tell me some of the people that you've done design for, because I know you've done some crazy clients before, right?
Yeah. My first client that I like in my prime of even like sewing, it was like just came off some humble. Like that's when I feel like, all right, this is a calling, this is a sign. But it was Kaylani. She was my first client. I had this famous TikToker, Leon Zellers, and then who came about after that? And then I did Desto Dub. The Awful Lot of Cough Syrup brand. We did collabs.
Tell us about those collabs a little bit. Did he just reach out to you through a DM?
Nah, so the bro, Lil Axel, man. Shout out to Lil Axel, bro. Like, he really plugged me in and the homie in. Like, first we was just going down, just to go link up with bro for some other stuff. And then, I was wearing my first pair of pants that I made. And then bro was like, I told, because I just knew him for making it off a lot of cough syrup, shirts and stuff. So I was like, hey, bro, like, we could make a collab or something, I had my first pair of pants I ever designed. And he was like, oh, you made those? I was like, yeah, all by hand, like, no machine. He was like, oh, you hard. Here, take my number. And I was like, damn, it's this popping ass nigga that's just giving me his number. Like, not just
Wow, he gave you his direct number?
yeah, like not on no Instagram. Like, here, just take my Instagram and DM me, and I'll get to you. Like, even though 2 months later, it felt like even though I had his number, I still felt like I only had the Instagram because he was like still lagging. But I already knew like me, I'm already like, all right, he's somewhere where I'm trying to be, so he more busy. So
How long did you? How long did it take before you like hit him up or something?
it was like 2 months. Just
Did you start texting him right away, or did you wait a bit? Did you try to play it cool when it comes to somebody like Desto Dub?
yeah, I was trying to play it cool, bro. I ain't gonna hold you. I was like, all right, because I already know what he was known for. Then like one homie that passed away, like I didn't even know who Desto was at the time when the homie was doing clothes, and I wasn't even thinking of nothing about doing clothes. But like the homie had he had some like merch, and he had gave him some, and then he was like, yeah, Desto wearing my stuff. He got Desto, and I was like, I don't know who this dude is, but he got to be somebody for a dude to be like, oh yeah, Desto got my stuff and all that. So
Yeah.
later down the line, it's like I forgot about him from that video, and then come back, you know, I did clothes, and then it was like, oh shit, we about to go get some weed from bro. You feel me? And I was like, all right, fuck it, let's go. Let's shoot for the stars. You feel me? Let me see if he'll, be open to it. He humble. You feel me? Like he looked out. You know what I'm saying? Then from that point that I made the outfit for him before he went to Atlanta, he hit me up like, hey, let's do some collabs. You know what I'm saying? I told him I make 101, so it's like I don't know how many pieces you want me to make and shit. So we did like 3 collections. I made like 7 pieces each.
Nice.
So it's like, and then my shit was like the highest shit selling in the stores on Melrose. You feel me?
Right on. So pretty much your clothes sold on Melrose in the Awful Lot of Cough Syrup store.
Yep.
That's crazy. And how did you feel when like you finally saw that? Like, was it displayed out in the window, or was it inside the store? How was it?
It was like in the special part of the store.
Nice.
Because they had like a booth where all like the exclusives or in the stuff that was coming out like in that section. So I had my shit like in the closet part of the special section. So it was like, damn, this shit is lit. Like, and then like, you know, I designed the clothes. I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm tired. Like, I'm not really that excited. But then from everybody else, they're like, bro, you got something in his store? Like,
yeah,
bro, I'm about to go up there. Yeah, like, I'm not looking at it like that because I'm just like, yeah, I made the clothes. It's there. Like, it was cool. Like, I was like, it's like that Kanye, like, interview where he was like, or on his documentary where he was like, yeah, like, it's exciting to you. It's cool to you, but I'm not living that dream of what you fantasized about. Like, I'm still not where I'm at. I'm still trying to get to where I gotta go. You know me, like,
if you're cool with talking about it, how much like how expensive did they go for at the store?
my shit was like, I asked him, it was like 600
$600 for the whole piece?
for a top or a bottom, and then 1,200 for a whole fit.
God damn.
Yeah, it was.
What's the most expensive you sold the fit for? Like, let's say the whole thing.
Like probably like 1,000.
Okay, so pretty much the highest place where you made some money is at the store. Well, what it sold for?
How much did I sell at his store?
Yeah, you said $1,200 for a fit there. No.
Oh yeah. Once I made the outfit, it was more like I got paid just off of just making it.
Yeah,
you know, and like whatever they sell, that's they.
Yeah. But I mean, like it's still it's still your design. You get me? Like it's still your design. It's still your thing, and you know, it was put at a certain value in the store. You get me? So
right.
Yeah.
No, it was
$1,200 for a fit though. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
That's
you
good,
got you got people buying so-called real Amiri jeans, and them cost 1,000 and up. So you know, I can't be really complaining about these prices of what these one-on-ones cost.
Okay, so $1,200 for a fit. So some people might think, like, why would something cost that much? Why don't you tell us a little bit about the process? How long does it take you to get something going? What do you do? What kind of material do you get? How long does one, let's say, a whole fit from jean jacket to the jeans? How long does that take?
Man, so for instance, like if somebody want me to do something from scratch, like, you know, I don't use a machine. So that's already like, all right, I got to figure out like where I'm about to get this jacket, the size,
and where would you find some material like that? Do you just go out to different stores?
Sometimes, like if I know what type of person they are, like not saying that everybody deserves good quality, but like if I come across somebody and they just want something, like, you know, they just because they just want something from me, like, all right, You know, I go get a fresh, authentic Levi jacket, or some type of fresh, authentic, like something. Nothing that's like, all right, I could tell he got this from like a little dollar store or some shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not no, nah. I'm gonna get something that's actually go hold up for a while, because it's still representing me, my family, my brand, my name, everything. Because my brand is my name. You know what I'm saying? So I got to make sure it got to have some type of great quality. And last time I checked, Levi's always got that good, authentic denim. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I'll go looking for that. Sometimes it may be out of season, but 9 times out of 10, jean jackets and Dickies and stuff like that, it's always going to be around.
Yeah.
So got to go looking for that, the size, certain styles, because I have to, if I find, like, especially if I'm looking for like a black denim jacket, it's hard to find like the denim without the fur inside, especially around this time and it's hot. Like, nobody don't want the fur. So go searching for that, boom. Then I gotta go search for the graphics that I feel like go complement the type of person that I'm designing it for. You know, like, I don't know if the person like anime, I gotta find all these anime type patches, and then I gotta find like if they a rock star, if they want to wear some Ozzy Osbourne and Slipknot and Metallica and all that stuff. So I got to find these type of patches, and
Yeah, that's one thing that I find crazy about your thing. You add a lot of rock and kind of punk elements to it. Do you go base off of that, like off the client? Like if you think the client likes that, or do you ask them? And like how much about like like rock and metal and punk do you personally know about this, or are you kind of just going off the look, the visuals?
honestly, I don't know that much about rock besides like the main songs that whatever the band is made or known for. I did dibble and dab like when I was in my prime of like growing into a musician, just like listen to different aspects of music and stuff as an artist should. I forgot some of them songs, but I respect the culture and I respect the artistry behind.
I mean, sometimes I see you put in some pretty obscure bands in there, and I'm like impressed. I'm like, damn, like how do you find out about this? Do you just see it on random T-shirts or something?
Yeah, like where I shop and get all these patches and artworks, it'd be like, yo, that graphic is dope, and then I know what I do, so I like, yo, that shit'll look fire if I combine this with this, like. It be like rock tees, they be having the best logos and the best like all that graphics, everything. Like, so I haven't seen nothing that is I don't even know where they come up with that shit. It just be like, yo, this shit is fire. It could be the most devilish, provocative titties, all that shit is just showing, and it'd be like, yo, that's fire. It's like the more provocative, the more like crazy looking, I think it draws my attention more. You feel me?
So how long for the whole fit does it take to make?
Back then, it used to take like a week. Now it take like a day or two.
Nice. So you've gotten faster at it.
Yeah, for sure.
Has demand gone up?
Yeah. Like I definitely got a lot more celebrity clients than I do like just people that just want clothes. But overall, those people just want shit for free. So it's like, the demand is gonna stay at a certain, pace.
Yeah.
I control the narrative. So.
So you talked about being into music. What's it called? So what kind of music do you do?
Filling the gap music, I guess.
What does that mean?
Like not trying to be numb to everything. Like, with a lot of people, like emotional support music, I guess. Okay.
Well, how would you describe the style? Like, is it rap? Is it hip hop? Is it rock? What is it?
For people to get it, it's rap. Like I actually dumbed down my music so much, and I had a problem like that because I was so like particular of what message I wanted people to get, and then it was like, bro, the message is there. It's just you got to dumb it down because people ain't trying to go in the dictionary and see what this word, this and that mean. You feel me? So it's like I had to go ahead and just like come down to like, all right, this what type of people I'm trying to reach out to, and I gotta still have some type of like, modern day lifetime like about it. Like I could talk about shooting and robbing, but how I word it is not coming off like, oh, we on his ass if he ain't at a show type. Like, it's more like, yo, I'm walking down the street and I just saw the homie had a show.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm gonna even make it seem like I didn't even have a problem with you, but the whole time it's I'm talking about something.
I see
You
what
know?
you're saying.
You feel
Yeah,
me? So it's not like I don't talk about what everybody else talk about. It's just I don't.
it's very personal.
Yeah,
A personal thing.
it's how I perceive it and how I want everybody else to perceive it. Like you could talk about the most gangster shit and not say all the gangster shit,
Mm-hmm.
and that's usually how people get indicted because they want to put on that image and also look like that image, but gangsters move in silence. I'm not a gangster, but I move in silence. I could be a gangster. You feel me? As much as I like, if people that listen to like all the hard trap shit right now, like I listen to it, but what my music sound like, it don't even sound like I listen to that.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? But I listen to all the trap shit, but I don't, you know,
What are your influences for right now? Let it be rock, rap, whatever. What inspires you to make music?
just my situation. It's cool that I'm at where I'm at, and I know it's a lot of people who wish they was in my spot, even if my spot to me is nothing right now. But just overall, like being somewhere that somebody hasn't been, or they don't know the feeling of like where I've been at or how I got here. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my inspiration. That's my motivation. Just seeing myself and knowing where I was at and what I was doing and what I was wearing and what I was eating and what I was how I was taking care of myself compared to now. It's like that's my motivation.
When it comes to, let's say, making a song and designing some clothes, like what are the comparisons? So, like, I know that your music is coming from something personal, and I guess your mood, and your design thing is coming more, I guess, from exterior, outside influences. You know, like things that you're seeing. What's it called? How long does it take you to make a song versus how long does it make you to take a fit? Do you find one easier? Which one do you prefer? Which one is more work?
Clothes is definitely more work. Music is like it's not as much work when you got to think of something that's catchy because with words you could say whatever and you just got to sound fire, like what I'm saying, and you just got to make it make sense, like because it be some of the shit that we all say every day, and if I was to rap it, it's like, all right, that was fire, like what I'm saying, but let somebody else that's in the higher that the whole world knows say the same exact shit, it's gonna be like, yo, I never heard nothing like this in the world. So it'd be like, I say some dope shit. Like it don't be hard to come up with music. And it's not hard to do clothing. It's just with me doing clothing, it's this getting starting part. Once I'm already in the groove, it's like, all right, this ain't nothing. You feel me? Sometimes I'll be having a brain fart with making clothes, just like making music, having a brain fart doing that because you're trying to figure out what to say and what nobody else said. For me, anybody else, I know, and for sure, it just be on some, oh, he said this, so this the trend of what to say now, so let me go ahead and say this so I can sound like the 30,000 song that sound like this and said the same shit. I stay away from that. You know what I'm saying? That's why it be sometimes people don't get my music because I don't say the same shit or it's not coming delivered the same way. But with music, it's easy for me to, it's easy to just come up with words. But with the sewing, it's easy to come up with a piece, but you got to make it make sense as well. Because people still got to find shoes to match with it. People still gotta register that, all right, this is what this is, as much as it is with music. Like you just gotta let it register. Like you can't say an album is like if it flake because this is your first time listening to it. Mm-hmm. You gotta give it like, I don't know, like 2 or 3 more times to listen to it to be like, all right, I see what he was trying to do. This actually some good music. It may not be something that I listen to every day, but it's actually not killing my ears and make me not want to go, kill somebody after I finish listening to it. And there's nothing wrong with that. You got the freedom of speech. You could, art is everything. You feel me? So
Yeah. What's it called? That's funny that you're saying that. Like just like a fit. It takes, like, people have to register with it. People have to connect with it. People have to, in a sense, like, see themselves in that clothes, in order for them to be connected to it. Mm-hmm. Same thing with music, and I think with music especially, when people talk personal stuff, I feel like sometimes it connects more than when people are trying to use like some gimmick, like let's say like a car that's in style at the moment, or a movie. I know the music can be inspired by a lot of things, but sometimes people try to say things that's relevant. But then you think about it, like in 10 years, who's even gonna remember that? That's what that means. You get me?
Exactly.
Compared to when you say something personal, like we've all had moments where we felt low. We've all had moments, where we've gone through something, and I feel that connects some like to people more
Yep.
than just saying some random things. If you really like think about it, some of the greatest songs are something very personal, but for some reason, it's like that saying that people say, like, "Damn, I feel like that song was about me."
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I find myself like that all the time, man. Like listening to Cuddy, like
Mm-hmm.
that's my favorite artist. So it's like whenever you like, and I had select songs at this time when I was listening to Gucci and Waka. When they all came out, like I was listening to Cuddy because I could relate personally.
Mm-hmm.
I can't relate to a lot of shit that they was doing because I never did it,
Mm-hmm.
and everything that I rapped about, I did, and it may not be a lot of shit that is going out my way saying like, oh yeah, I didn't rob the bank, I didn't ran off on the plug. I can't relate to that, so I'm not gonna listen to that music for too much long.
Mm-hmm.
But I like the sound of it. Like I like the beat pattern. I like the tempo. The whoever voice it is. It's all little personal things that I like out of it that I get out of it. But for me to sit there and listen to it and then be like, yo, I gotta make something just like this, bro. This shit, I gotta make something like this. The only way I'm gonna blow up. No, I don't see shit like that.
Well, I think I'm more into like movies and stuff like that, but there's like two different kinds of creators out there, There's the art kind of personal kind, and then there's the people making, the big blockbuster Marvel movies that are more fantasy. There's like fantasy music as in like fulfilling the working class's fantasy. I got big chains, I got big cars, I got all these bitches, and then people live vicariously through it, but it's a fantasy. It's almost like an escape. You get me?
Yeah,
Like let me forget for a moment that I'm escaping from, like the
my
shitty life that I
reality.
have. Yeah, from my reality. And then there are other artists who are more personal and talk about kind of the things going on in their head, and that also relates to people. You get me? But I feel that people, when they say they connect to something, it's always more to the personal. You get me? That's the one that like reaches them really in there. And I'm glad you said Cuddy because your music does remind me a lot of like kind of Cuddy stuff, kind of like very personal, emotional.
Yeah, like like just going back, like bro, like Cuddy just helped me through a lot, bro. Like him, even Chip, you feel me? It just when they was going up and then just seeing them on tour, just going around the city, the world, and everything, like that just gave me hope because they came from the same city I came from. You
Yeah.
feel me? So it's like I gotta get them props. I look up to the people that was in the same position that I was in. You know what I'm saying? And they made something out of it, and they didn't just stay in Cleveland. And I
Yeah.
don't knock the people because some people just can't see out of Cleveland. Some people don't do nothing but just want Cleveland, even if they got the money and the opportunity to go see outside of that. You feel me? So it's like I'd rather follow the people that was in the same position. Like I don't know what Jay-Z, and not saying that Jay-Z is a bad rapper or anything. Like I just don't know that lifestyle. Like I didn't grow up like that. Like
Yeah.
how I grew up was how Cuddy talked and what he go through. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like I could relate to that by far a lot. Feel me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But back to Medusa.
What's it called? So you and I have shot a couple of things.
The GOAT.
Hold on. I guess before we get to that, let's talk a little bit about Angelo Bombay. I know. Has he made all your music, or is it just the more recent stuff?
No, pretty much. Angelo, he produced damn near all my major songs. Like everything that sound like a hit, Angelo produced it.
How'd you and Angelo meet?
Man, that's crazy. This is around the time where I was transitioning. Well, no, I don't even think I was still making clothes. Like I was actually on the block on Hollywood, just trapping. At this old newsstand. It's closed now. I think they closed since the pandemic. Around the time they was looting and everything, they never opened back up. But he used to stand at this this newsstand, just trapping or whatever, and Angelo walked past, and there's like a gang of people that was standing right there and stuff, like people that look like me, like they didn't even look homeless, but they looked like they had something going for themselves. And out of everybody, he just reached out to me. He was like, "Hey, bro, I don't know if he mistaken me for somebody. I don't know if he thought I was somebody, but it was something that just sparked a conversation." He was like, "Hey, you do music or anything?" I was like, "Yeah, you know what I'm saying?" I'm thinking he about to take him to the studio because, you just fall into stuff in Hollywood. So I'm thinking like, all right, this about to be the turning point of my life. I don't know who he is, but he sees something in me that he don't see in nobody else that was standing right there. So he sent me a beat, and I think that was to No Captain. So he sent me a beat to No Captain.
That's kind of crazy because why would he? Well, did you talk with him about the kind of music you were into, or the kind of music that you wanted to do for him to send you a beat like that? Because No Captain is a very like mellow, kind of melodic kind of beat. It's not like a very like I guess if I was a producer and I wanted to give somebody especially somebody who looks like you, I'd try to give him something like kind of heavy, like just to like get the flow going. But he gave you kind of something very, very mellow. Did you talk with him about music before that?
I think we did. Like it was all in that moment. Like he just no. Matter of fact, I think he just sent me like his Instagram. He was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna take your Instagram and tell me the type of flow and stuff that you want and stuff or whatever." So I think I sent him my email, and then I told him like I want these type of beats, like looking for like a guitar, you know what I'm saying, like slow beats and shit. Mm-hmm. And he was like, "All right, send you this, and just go be a test run and see what you could do." So he gave me the beat. It took me like a year. Like I said, my financial situation and everything, I wasn't even focusing on making music. I was just like, all right, man, I know I got this beat. I listened to it. I was listening to that beat like every day since I had got it. And then I was writing to it, and that's when I was writing. Everything I do now, freestyle. Nice. But I was writing to that song, and I was ready to record it, but I just had no way to get in the studio because my funds was just like real funny at that time in my life. And he literally, like a year later, I finally recorded it because I was around some people and they had a studio and we was locked in there for a week, and that was like literally the only song out of all songs I recorded for a week straight locked in the studio. That was the only song I recorded by myself. Everything else had a feature and had everybody else on it. And then a year later, after I recorded that, I finally released it on SoundCloud.
So it took a whole year to release it?
Yeah. After a whole year, it already took to just record it.
Why did it take a whole year? Yeah, like you said, just trying to get into the studio and stuff like that.
It was like I could get some studio time and have this song, and then after that, I'll be hungry because I ain't got no bread because I just cash out on the studio time. And then a minimum, you got to get like a certain amount of hours, and you got to spend a nice little penny. But I had like I said, I was locked in, so I took that advantage and just recorded that song because I already knew how I wanted it to sound. I already knew, like, I've been practicing it, rehearsing it and everything, so I was like, all right, this gonna be easy. And it was an easy song to record.
Yeah.
So as I recorded it, sent it to him, he was like, this fire, this and that and the third. Matter of fact, that was the first time I met Riff.
Really?
No. That was If I Could Fly. No Captain was, I was in the studio with everybody. But and then like a year later, that's when you shot it.
Yeah.
So it took like 3 years in that time frame to get this whole No Captain. Like that shit was crazy.
That was a really fun video to shoot. It was we did it all in one day. We started fucking early, but before that, I actually had you come. You called me. Who introduced you? You introduced me to 1K, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then who introduced me to you?
Oh, Josie.
Oh, okay. You just hit me up, and I told you come into my studio, and we sat down and we drank a few Blue Moons, and we wrote this motherfucker out.
Yeah, wrote a treatment out. Yeah,
we wrote a treatment out in about it was like an hour or so, like an hour or two, and we just started vibing. That was hella dope. I think that's something as there's just some advice for some filmmakers out there, people starting off music videos. What's it called? You want to bond with your client. Personally, me, I like bloods and booze. that's how we bond. But we can bond either way. Like sometimes you don't have to do that. Sometimes it's just sitting down with somebody, talking for about an hour, asking them questions.
Yeah, just to pick their brain. You know?
Exactly.
Like just like you said, building a relationship. Like me and this man don't even be doing videography half the time we link up. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's the first time I did that with a videographer. You know what I'm saying? Like, or anybody that's just outside of, you know, if I was hanging with a producer, like we ain't gotta always, like me and Bombay, we got a friendship and relationship to where we don't always link up, and we may talk about it and be like, hey, we should do this for this single coming out, you know what I'm saying? We should hold on, this and that and the third, but we always come back to like, yo, let's link up, smoke, drink, you know what I'm saying? Probably hit a bar or something. Like, it don't always be about music. Like, and that'd be the beauty of it, because it's like, you know, it's more than just working partners. You feel me? Like, we actually like friends outside of this shit.
Yeah, definitely. It's always very fun. It's always very fun. And yeah, we sat down, we planned this thing out. We shot it about like a week or two later.
Mm-hmm.
I think I did that one all by myself too, and it was a lot of things because so we started off at the beach at what 7 a.m.
We was aiming for 6. I think we was driving around for like.
Yeah, we drove around a little bit to look for like a good spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It started around 7. Yeah.
Yeah, and then after that we went to the location, which was I actually had forgotten some C-stands, so I actually went to my studio and then went to the location, which was at I forget their names. They had a company too. Those two people that were helping Julesy out.
Oh, was it Dominique?
Yeah, Dominique and the other dude, he was cool too.
Was it her?
The people who own the house, bro.
Yeah, Dominique and her husband.
Yeah, her husband. He's really cool too. Like,
Yeah.
It sucks that I can't remember his name right now. I think his name was Brandon. I don't even want to say that because I don't even know that's for sure. But
He was a good guy.
they had a thing. Was it champagne? What was their thing? They had
champagne influencer.
Yeah, I think it was that. I
Yeah,
feel
they own
so
champagne
fucked
line
up.
or something.
Yeah, I feel fucked up for not remembering your shit, guys. My bad, but shout out to you guys. You guys are the shit. They had this house with like poker tables in it and stuff. It was pretty fucking dope. And we had a bunch of people show up. We had a bunch of cool other kind of artists and influencers and comedians. There was a lot of people there that came out to in support of the video.
It was a good crowd of people for that video.
And then we freaking what's it called? We got a good crowd of people there, and then fuck, what time did we go to Hollywood afterwards? We literally waited till night.
Man, it was like 3:00 in the morning.
I don't know if they can see. Can they see this in the wide? So that's the video over there. Actually, it's no captain.
That's crazy.
A lot of people there. It was hella fun.
That came out pretty dope.
Yeah,
I think that's my favorite video.
yeah. We got this awesome girl who's also an artist named Julesy to come out in it too.
What's up, gang?
Shout out to Julesy because she she hooked us up. Just a whole fucking fun video, you know.
I really feel like I made it with that video, like the whole everything, like, and it wasn't even no $1 million production team. It felt like it though. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I brought out all my lights. What's it called? We lit it nice and well, and it's actually a video that's also gotten me a lot of clients myself. Like when everybody's looking for something bright and kind of happy and kind of story narrative, like I show them that one, and people fuck with it a lot.
That's lit.
Yeah, people really fuck with the look. The other, so after that, what did we do first? If I Could Fly. No, we did the fashion show first, way before If I Could Fly, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we did a fashion shoot too. That was fun.
Was
that your first fashion shoot?
Yeah. And, you know, with this fashion stuff, like, I know what I want to do with music, and I know where I want to go with music, but with fashion, I'll be thinking, like, what is my major goal that I want to do with fashion? Like, and then sometimes I think about it, I was like, all right, maybe become somebody's personal fashion stylist or some shit. And I'll be like, damn, what is it do I want to do with fashion? Because it just came about. Like, I told you, I didn't come out here to do fashion. It just happened.
Yeah.
Like, I had nothing about fashion. Like, besides I knew how to sew. Other than that, it was like, all right, I just was making clothes because I was tired of wearing bummy clothes and hand-me-downs. So it's like, about to start making shit that nobody else got.
Yeah.
And then people just kept requesting like, "Hey, where you get that from? What's your Instagram?" It was the easiest for me to get my Instagram out. Everybody just wanted what I had.
What's it called? Before I'm like jumping around, but before the fashion shoot, I forgot that in the No Captain video, we were supposed to shoot an ending where he woke up and it was all supposed to be a dream, and then while we were editing, what's it called? We realized we didn't have that scene.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so what do we do?
We was like, you know what? We got the camera. Let's make it seem like, you know, it was all a dream here at the studio while we editing.
Tell me about any future plans that you got coming.
As far as fashion,
As far as fashion, as far as music, as far as anything.
yeah. As far as fashion, I'm try to shoot for another fashion show. Trying to think of another like, you know, out of this world location again. You know, just to keep it original.
Let's talk really quick about the other the fashion shoot that we did, because it was kind of crazy. We went out. What was that at?
Oh, Chinatown? Was that Chinatown?
No. The one that we did in the desert. Was that the desert? Yeah, it was kind of the desert. No, we went up north. What area was that?
The railroad?
Yeah, the railroad.
I don't want to tell nobody.
All right, we won't tell them. It was somewhere up north. It was a railroad, and we pretty much had everybody coming out of the railroad with new fits, and it was a wild and chaotic fashion shoot.
Yeah, I ain't let nobody know that it was some, you know, a head-on train crash until after we almost got hit by a train.
We almost got hit by a train. We're in this tunnel, and this train just kept on coming out. We thought the railroad was abandoned, and it wasn't. Like, we were literally shooting the thing, and we're like, "Is that a train?"
We was gone. We was
Yeah.
like, ain't nobody left behind either. I was worried for Brad though, man. Shout out Brad for, you know, sticking it through it. Like,
A shout out to Brad. He's an older fella, and he was not running out very fast.
And I had no insurance on that man. That was a good day though. Like when it was good because we was racing against the sun, and like it was some work, man. Like I like that I showed people, you know, something different. You feel me? Like I always try to do that, whether it's some with fashion or music, you know. But
All right, man. Well, let's start wrapping this up real quick.
yeah.
Tell us about what you're doing. Tell us about what's coming up.
Right now, staying consistent. You know, fashion, music. I got some drops coming. Got some songs with Minnesota artists or Minneapolis artist Novion, Finder Novion. I got some more tracks coming out with the Riff. We all got a few songs that we all got together on the same track. Me and Riff, I think Angelo produced some beats. I think he go produce me and Riff collab EP or mixtape. So that's coming soon. We just gotta, just drop the shit. In the fashion, of course. Like I said, I'm trying to get the fashion show for this year.
How can people hit you up for your fashion stuff?
Y'all can reach out to me on Instagram. That's the best way to contact me. One of one. That's one, the number one, underscore of, spelled OV, underscore one, the number one. And then, my fashion page on my bio, Land Hilton, underscore LLC.
Right on, bro. All right, so what's it called? Yeah, there's still a few things I want to get into. But for right now, let's just wrap it up just to keep it in good time. And what's it called? We'll do this again, bro.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure.
Yeah, this is kind of the first one I do on my own, so it was pretty fun. Wish it could have gone a little bit longer, but we'll get it next time for sure.
Shout out No Face and AM Studios, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Let's give give all your handles, bro. Give them all in one take.
Yeah, it's Medusa son, you know what I'm saying? The flyest one you met, or that's Pegasus. Medusa son, the slitheriest one you met. That's a word. But you can follow me on Instagram at one of one. You know what I'm saying? The number one underscore of or OV underscore one. And you can follow my fashion page if you want to, cop some fly drip or Fly Wings, because we fly over here.
Yes, sir.
Land Hilton _ LLC.
Cool. I am No Face at No Face _ Films. We are at AM Studios, AM AM Studios LA. And what is it? And this is the A7 podcast. All right, yo. This was dope. We're gonna do it again.
Yes, sir.